Hey, Will Armed, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
All right. All right. It says we're live. So, welcome. Live. Well, my little words up here says live from the crossroads of America. I wouldn't be saying you wouldn't be hearing it if we weren't live. But anyway, talk show about guns, politics, or anything else that crosses our mind. Answer questions from the audience either in the chat or by email at rickslife at gmail.com or spottedrick at gmail.com. They have a Patreon page, PayPal, all that other good stuff in the info section below. Got that out of the way. Right now, we got a real big crowd in the chat room. First in was Gun Loving Grandpa, then Jerry Parker. That's it so far. Quiet Saturday afternoon. People are very busy, which I understand. It happens sometimes during the year. Fall's started. People are getting out in the cooler weather, Oh, Raphael's joined us at last. All right. Introduce my panel from New York. We got New York Outcast. How you doing?
Busy, but hanging in there. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Then we got the man who's got Trump in his state today. Well Armed. How you doing?
Doing good. I didn't know Trump was here. I didn't see that in the news.
Yeah, he's got a rally tonight. I think it's in Perry. Is that what it's called? Is that?
Perry's next to Macon. Yeah, that's kind of middle Georgia.
Yeah, I think he's got a big rally there tonight, 7:00.
A lot of politics come out of Perry.
Yeah. So there we go. So it's good to see you guys. I mean, my opening, my line on my what's the word I'm looking for? On my I can't even think of it. Oh, I'll tell you, that's the kind of day I've had. Anyway, I said, how did I word it? I'm trying to remember how I worded my thing now. Wrong page. Here we go. What a crazy country this seems to be. And that's how I that's my opener. And the last week, since last week when I think it was last week when I was stressing out, I decided to try to cut myself off from everything. But that's harder said than done. Because it's popping up on my, anytime you go on the internet and you see some shit, and I try not to read it, but I end up reading it, and then I research what it's telling me to see if it's true or not, and then I go down all kinds of rabbit holes, and and I'm thinking that now we're personally myself. Just a real quick thing here we can talk about our border patrol on the horses. I thought they were damn good. Hell. Those horses are goddamn great for rounding up cattle, so why can't they round up people? That's all they were doing was doing what they would do with cattle, stop them from going somewhere. So I didn't see anything wrong with it myself. I didn't see no whips, but you know how that goes. But they're trying to, now they've been, they took the spurs away from them, and they're sitting behind desks now, just to let more immigrants come across the river. It's pathetic, But anyway, that's what I'm saying. It seems to be, but like I was saying last week, my little world here is just going on as normal. Yeah, the county has gone back. If you're looking at the the virus, we've gone into code red again, and but to be honest with you, not many people are paying attention to it. I'm not saying that COVID ain't real. I know it is, and I've actually known a few people. I've actually met a couple of people now that have had it and got over it. You know, they lived through it. So I can say at least I know somebody who's had it now. You know, but what I mean, life's going on. I mean, going down the local town to the local store, going over to the gas station, going down the diner. Nobody's wearing masks. And the few that are, nobody's, giving them a hard time for wearing a mask. If they want to wear it, it's their choice. I mean, some of I'm trying to think, the only place here in town so far that has, and it has a piece of paper on the door of the gas station, say, in accordance with the state's recommendations that people who had not been vaccinated should be wearing a mask. Those who are vaccinated do not have to. So I just walk on in. None of their business whether I've had the jab or not, as far as I'm concerned. So, but anyway. Hey, Black Cat Outdoors, how you doing? He's in here. We got Vanessa here. Yeah, I mean, I guess the optics of him swinging his reins around might have looked like he was trying to whip that guy, but I personally don't think he was. But you're right. It's not a very good optic. Oh, excuse me. It wasn't a very good optic. And of course, the Democrats jumped on it like they were going to. Can't let a good story go to waste. So,
I think it's tragedy, not story.
Hey, Nice Drag, how's it going?
Hey, yeah, on that whole, the Border Patrol on horseback, they were on horseback because the terrain was too rugged for, their trucks, because it was basically a riverbank. And two, you know why they're getting shit? Because they didn't hogtie those immigrants and throw them back across the border. That's why they're getting. That's why people are going after them. They didn't hogtie them properly.
Yeah.
And yes, I am joking. I'm joking there, but still,
I mean, personally, with the horses, they stopped more people from coming over than trying to do it on foot.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I mean, that's the big plan, is to let everybody in, hoping that 95% of the illegals who come in will vote Democrat. That's what it's all about.
That is the big plan. The big plan is to bring all these immigrants all over the world into this country, so that basically the Democrats can use those immigrants to displace the other side's votes. So the Democrats will always win, no matter what, 100% from thenceforth.
Yeah.
That's the goal, is to replace your vote, so you don't matter anymore.
As more and more white, black people, Hispanics vote Republican, the new immigrants are there to replacement. It's the whole replacement flooded. Did you see that article of Joe talking about necessarily replacing America with immigrants, and to the point where white people are a vast majority, way down percentage? It's a huge long interview in him in 2017 about opening up the floodgates, and he goes on and on about it's not going to be good for his people, but it's going to be good for the Democratic Party.
Well, what do you expect from? Oh, just buy a double barrel shotgun, you'll be fine. Just fire 2 shots in the air, you'll be fine.
Now,
Did anyone shoot through the door once?
I wouldn't put it past him.
But here's my thing on this. On the immigration thing, even the people coming from South America. But once you've got out of your country, right, shouldn't the country you went into, right, is where you're safe. I mean, they're going 3 or 4 or 5 countries up to get into America on immigrant. You know what I'm saying? They claim they're a victim of violence, but once you're out of the country that's causing the problem, shouldn't the next country that you've gone into as a refugee, isn't that where you should be, not up here on the border of the United States?
Well, and the Haitians have left Haiti back 4 or 5 years ago, and they've been living in Chile and other countries, Colombia, and you know, we're in no danger at all. They've been, and most of them now speak Spanish, and you know, gave up French.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't understand it. I really don't. But then it goes back to open borders, is what it's all about. So I don't know. Then of course he's he's insult. I mean, personally, I think it's funny that how the media, some of the media are turning on him now. You know, because like the 2 times now with foreign leaders, he's refused to take questions. You know, because he knows he's going to get hammered. And,
did you notice when what was the English prime minister, what's his name, Boris Johnson, when
Yeah.
Boris Johnson tried to, he said, I'd like to take 2 questions. Biden said under his breath, he goes, good luck with that. And that's when all the aides rushed in and ushered everybody out.
Oh yeah. But I mean,
did you hear him actually say good luck with that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's it's something else. But I mean, they were yelling at questions at him as they're getting pushed out, and I thought it was funny. He's sitting there like he's he has hearing aids and he turned them off, and he's just looking around, like he's not like he's in a totally different world. Yeah, I know South America is not a safe place per se, but once you come out of your country, gone into a next, I mean, all right, I mean, I'm trying to think of the exact word when you're looking for asylum. Is that the word I'm looking for? Political asylum. You're going through 5 or 6 different countries because you don't like what those countries are offering you.
In order to claim political asylum, you have to be afraid for your life, and you actually have to have somebody actually actively trying to kill you or drag you back to that country.
Yeah. So I mean,
and that's why you've heard in the news that they're starting to send some of those Haitians back to Haiti, and they're angry that they're getting sent back. Well, guess what? You illegally trespassed into how many countries in South America just to get to the United States border, and you went into the United States illegally. You broke laws you broke how many international laws? And you want to be in the United States? No, we don't want criminals in this country. We've got enough of them.
They've already, I personally don't believe they claim they send them back. I personally don't believe they have. I think they just shipped them to some city here in the United States. Personally,
if they did, that city will be pissed off.
And
well, they did send 1 plane load back at least because they were attacking all the ICE people on the tarmac when they got out of the plane.
Yeah, true. But talking about what I was going to mention about them. They're look at the Afghan refugees. One's already murdered somebody. One's already raped somebody, and these are vetted. Now, I believe, didn't one attack a female military personnel on that base? And these were vetted.
No, they weren't. they weren't. That's the problem.
Hey, Circle Back said they were all vetted.
Yeah. Well, hey, Circle Back doesn't entirely tell the truth, especially about Biden's dog either. So
I don't know how in the hell she sleeps at night.
I don't know how most Democrats sleep at night. So
but hang on, I've lost my thing here. Here we go. All right. Hang on. Here's a question from Black Cat Outdoors. If you and your family are starving, is it wrong to break the law morally, stealing a loaf of bread?
Legally, yes, it's against the law. Morally, your moral compass is up to you, honestly. But you're still breaking the legal law.
That's right. You are stealing the bread. You're still breaking the law. You're still breaking the law. Now, I understand you're doing it because your family is starving. So, are you willing to take the risk of being caught breaking the law to feed your family?
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to.
And if you get caught breaking the law just to feed your family a loaf of bread that you stole, then guess what? If you do the crime, you got to do the time. I'm sorry, but either follow the law or don't. But don't make a scream or a hoo-ha or holler when you get caught and punished for it. Period.
Yeah, mind you, I tell you what I read the other day, and as dumb as she is, she actually said something that kind of made sense to me. That stupid Democrat representative down in Florida who wears the cowboy hat all the time. I can't think of her name now. She's as stupid as a brick wall. But oh hell, what's her name?
Wow, Rick, you're using the big words today.
She's she came out and she said what the president needs to do is send people to those countries and actually physically give the people money to stay in their country, like help them get a job or start a business or something, but give them money to stay there. I thought, hey, it would be cheaper than what it's costing us now.
That's stupid, Rick. That's absolutely stupid.
It is stupid.
Why would we take our taxpayer money and give welfare to other countries? That's stupid. I don't believe in giving welfare here. If you want to do something proactive, you set up a factory there. That's smart. That's capitalism. That's the way to do things. But sending our taxpayer money as welfare to despot countries around the world where their dictators are going to take it and spend it on cronyism, that's stupid. I've never heard of anything from your mouth.
I didn't say give it to that country's government. I said give it to the people.
Right. How does that work with warlords with the weapons and poor people? You know how that works, right?
Well, yeah. I didn't say I don't know if it worked. I said the actual idea doesn't sound too bad.
It never worked. We've been giving billions to Guatemala.
I don't know how you would pull it off. I don't think you could.
Well, think of all the billions we've given Haiti. They're still the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. They've gotten more money than anybody.
Look at the billions that we've given to us with those stimulus checks.
Well, that was a bad example. We gave billions to us, but only $1,200 made it to the people. Where'd all the money go to? Where'd the trillion money go to? It went to government bureaucracy.
Oh, we
it's
know
a
that.
waste of money. That $1 trillion in December was a $1 trillion waste of everything. I mean, that $1,200, big freaking deal. When you're out of job and you don't have anything, what did they accomplish with the $1,200 stimulus? It did nothing. I mean, you bought a rifle with it. and nothing. Nobody really did anything with it.
No, they didn't. You're absolutely right. You know, I don't think it stimulated the country whatsoever. All it done was got us deeper in debt. You know, with I think what was I read the other day? Every household is in debt, something like $250,000, or every person is, that if you were going to pay off the debt, the national debt. You know, you know. Black Cat Outdoors, bad example equals I cash my stimulus checks. I cash mine and I spent them. You know, that's the way I look at it. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, I think the border, I mean, really, when Joe Biden took over, when this administration took over, there was a secure border down there. You know, and they should have just left it in place. But they didn't, and they changed everything just out of spite. That's all that was for. And, you know, it's come back to bite them in the ass, but it hasn't bit, yes, come back to bite the Democrats in the ass, but it's actually bit the American people in the ass because we are the ones that end up paying for it. You know? How many people refused their stimulus money? I reckon it was a very small percentage, to be honest with you there, Black Cat Outdoors. You know? I accepted it. You know? But, oh, well. You know how that goes.
Never claimed mine.
Do what?
I never claimed mine. But I'm one of them rare people, probably.
So you didn't claim it?
Exactly.
So
I received no checks, and I put in no paperwork to get any checks, even though everybody's like, you probably should, but no.
Did you get a check in the mail?
It's not the first time. No.
And
I don't have a bank account.
They didn't deposit into your bank account.
Don't have one.
But when you do your tax returns, you must get a tax return check sent somewhere. And that's the address they were going to use.
I got no check.
Oh, well.
I got a check. I didn't do anything. I thought everybody got a check.
I got a direct deposit.
I think New York's one of those 1%ers.
Yeah. I got a direct deposit just like my in the same bank that my Social Security goes into. Ozzy says my stimulus money is still sitting in my savings. Good man. You know, a lot of people did that. You know? And which is a very good idea. I mean, I should do it really, but it's too late. I spent it already. But I spent it ages ago. But all the preppers out there, per se, you know, let's keep keep some money back and all this. But if the world goes to shit, what good's the money to you? I'm just curious, you know. You know, that's to me. I know I'm going way off topic here, but if the world goes to shit, what good is gold and silver? If there's nothing, the world is totally collapsed. What good is it? Yeah. What would be? Preppers. Okay, so you're storing food and stuff for how long? Say a year. Okay. What do you do when that year is up?
Well, I think after that 1 year's up, I think the population will be greatly diminished, and food restraints will be greatly lessened.
But if the world's totally crap, right? What I'm saying, once you go at all your food, what are you going to do? Unless you're a prepper and you have property and you're cultivating vegetables in your yard, raising animals to eat. Once your food runs out as a prepper, what do you do? I'm just a question I'm asking. If the world goes to shit,
simple in a sense. It's either you have or you don't, and when you don't, you got to go get. And that's when most people die trying. So, because you're going to have to compete with everybody else is going to get, or you hurt yourself or anything. That's where the risk comes in. So, and then what type of world's gone to shit? Financial, zombies. Did half the country get taken out by smoke and ash? So things are contaminated, radiated. There's a lot of different ways to look at that. So that's it's a big question. But on the general, when you're starving, you're going to do things you wouldn't normally do. So that's when things get hairy. I think the idea is to prevent that from being the same time everybody else does, so your odds go up. My opinion.
Okay. All right. Oh,
you're going to try to survive. That's just what it is.
Black Cat Outdoors spent 10% on kayaks and canoes. Then he put the other 90% into his kids' college fund, which is not a bad idea, actually. But really, do you want to spend $100,000 turning your kid into a Democrat? Sending them to college. So,
kid may not even need college, depending on what they're doing, what they're into. So, you don't have to follow that golden path, which has turned out to be the path of debt for most people and regret. So, depending on what you're doing, college is ideal. In other situations, it might not be. And if you're not sure, you probably shouldn't acquire debt to go figure it out.
So when the world has gone to shit, round up the fatzos. That's John Z. So round me up. Are you saying I'm going to be a problem when the world's gone to shit? Is that the right word? Am I reading that right? Fatzos? Are you saying I'm fat, John? Are you discriminating against me? So, so I don't know. I'm just trying to make conversation here. Keep a topic going, see what we can do. So,
if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind making a comment back on the horses.
Yeah, go for it.
I'd state, I've seen them several times. Albany, New York City, events, even locally, horses are commonly used with crowds. It's one of them things where they provide a mobile wall in a sense. So it's, nobody complains here or anywhere, you know what I mean? And I assume New York's not the only area that uses them. So Central Park, all that type of stuff. I think if officers were blocking off a path here with horses, they would be treated the same way as they were there. So personally, but I think people forget the fact that these people are breaking the law, and the officers are trying to prevent them from breaking the law, entering our area. So therefore, in some cases, people get shot breaking the law. So, even if they were whipping people, which I don't believe they were, I honestly don't see much of an issue. I mean, a lot of people talk about putting crocodiles in the rivers and stuff. So, if you want to walk into a whip, that's your own damn fault. I don't know. But this is closed. So, I mean, again, I'm not saying that's what happened, but personally, I don't see the big deal about it. Don't break the law. It ain't a problem. So, there's proper ways of doing things. People had 2 days or whatever it was to get through there free and clear. If you showed up the day all the police showed up, well, that sucks for you. You better find another way. Do something. Do it legal.
Black Cat Outdoors says lack of education is killing this country. I don't think it's a lack of education. I think it's a lack of what they're teaching them. Personally, they're teaching them this country is. I don't give a shit what you say. This country was brought up, was founded, right, on liberty and God. And if you take God out of the equation, you lose liberty. And if you think about it, that is what's happened to this country. Plain and simple. In God we trust. And they want to take that off our money. Now, you know, this is what this country. You hear me sit here swear and say all kinds of shit. Doesn't mean I don't believe. You don't have to be a Bible thumper to understand the God issue when it comes to this country or Christianity. Was it, what do they say it? Judeo-Christianity or whatever is what this country was based on. And we're losing that. And that is why this country is going to hell, because as it says, our rights are given to us by our Creator, or right? Well, if you don't believe in God, then man gave you those rights, and man can take it away because you don't believe in God. So man is king. Am I right? Prove me wrong. So, you know, you're right. There's a lot of lack of common sense in this country. Black cat outdoors, witch god. That's the problem. You have to be inclusive to incorporate liberty. You can be any god you want. That's what I'm saying. I don't expect you to believe in the God that I believe in. You can have whatever God you want. If you want your doorknob to be your God, let it be your God. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have a belief in a higher power, for lack of a better word or better saying, right, then that means you do not believe in what's the word they use for in the Constitution or the Declaration for our rights when they're given to us by our Creator. If you don't believe in some sort of form of a higher power, then those rights were given to you by man, and man can take them away. And once they've taken them away, there goes your liberty. And that's exactly what's happened now. This country does. At the moment, we're on the verge of losing our First Amendment rights, because you can't say anything against the COVID. You can't say anything against the vaccine. You can't say anything against what the government's doing down at the border, because they shut you down. To me, that is an infringement on your First Amendment. You know, but we sit here and take it. You know, but that's okay. I'm getting off my soapbox. Anybody want to chime in? You know, Night Strike. You're very quiet. He totally walked off. Who's?
A couple of times I've had a run-in with horse-mounted policemen. Was leaving a concert one time. I went to a Grateful Dead concert and in California in the 80s, late 80s, mid 80s, and they herded us out to the parking lot with horses, and everybody started mooing like cows, and then they closed down the parking lot, wouldn't let everybody leave. I think they thought we were all on drugs and just wanted to keep us off the roads. I don't know what. I never experienced anything like it before, but these horses are, when you're about knee high on a man's saddle level, and you look at his knees and thighs, and these big heavy animals, they kind of sidestep and will corral you into the way you're supposed to go. So I can see them being very, very efficient for border control, and it's exactly what you want in a border patrol situation. It's nothing to be afraid of or make fun of or be scared of, or this is what border patrol is supposed to do. That's their job. I don't understand Yeah, they're scary. Yeah, they got horses. Yeah, the horses are big. Yeah, the horses have reins, and they use reins to control the horse. Yeah, just
Newsflash: they have guns.
the whole liberal mind thought is just screwed up. I mean, if our problem is we've got these people that think, well, they're anti-authority, and even they're throwing Biden and Harris's bone to get them out of all their weakness and trouble. And now they're going to get rid of horses and for patrol and just make police weaker. It just every single thing they touch is just fucked. They screw up everything. Everything they touch.
They screw up everything. Look at Detroit. Look at Chicago. Have they really made those cities better?
No.
Plus, the horses are a great way for officers not to be hands-on. You can control a small crowd without actually getting physical, which would probably be another issue down there if they were tossing people literally back in the water. It would be, oh my God, the abuse, and so the horse. I mean, it's almost like he said. That's exactly what you would want them to do. So
Rob,
it's ass backwards.
Rob, you live in New York. I have a question for you. Has the Democrats ever done anything that's actually helped or benefited the citizen in New York? Have they ever actually made anything safer? I know the answer is no, but I need to hear it from you.
I'm going to say no, not that I'm aware of. There might be something, maybe some, non-slip grip on a corner somewhere or something, so you don't fall while you're waiting across the street, but not that I'm aware of.
Rick, I'm going to say something extremely controversial here, so swat me if you have to, okay?
Yeah.
Everything a Democrat politician touches turns to ash. Literally. Look at Chicago. Look at New York. Look at Detroit. Look at California. They say, "Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to help people. We're going to do that." But what they end up doing is they end up dividing the people. They end up putting in policies that make people leave the areas, and the areas just wither away to dust.
But I am not disagreeing with you 100%. But what they have done, well, whatever the government touches, they screw up. It doesn't matter who's holding the presidency at the time, whether it's Republican or Democrat. When you hear we're the government, we're here to help, you're fucked. Plain and simple.
Don't trust them. Don't give them an inch.
And I mean, they've screwed up all the welfare programs they've ever started. Don't get me wrong. If you lose your job or something happens, right, and you sign on to welfare to get you through until you get another job, that's what it was originally intended. That was the intention of it. But today, people live on it.
Yeah, but look at how bad things cost in states that have been run by Democrats over and over. Look at Rob's state. Okay, if you lose your job in New York and you live in one of the larger populated areas, you can't live off of unemployment there because of how much it costs.
No, it's a joke.
What you do?
Laugh.
And I'm not trying. I'm seriously not trying to make people scared or I may be making a bigger deal out of it than it normally is. But the point is, it's as Rob says, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, see, what you do, how you get around is how you survive on welfare and everything else is, first off, if you hook up as a couple, you don't get married. That way, when you have kids, because the woman now is single and has kids, she gets more money. they get paid more for having the more kids they have. That's how it's done. You know, they get.
Well, don't forget they hit all the food banks. They got that scheduled.
What?
I said they hit all the food banks because that's a schedule. You can go around town hitting up food banks left and right, free kitchens, take all the free stuff for the kids, sign up for the Toys for Tots, the WIC, everything. And they sell or whatever they do with their food stamps in most cases and complain it's never enough, even though it's supposed to be a substitute, a supplement. It's not supposed to pay your whole way, which don't help when you're selling shit off anyway. And basically, that's pretty much how they do it. And then pop another kid out or whatever. Boyfriend's not legally on the paperwork in the household. And then most of the time, they don't have a legitimate job anyway. And the girl's paying half their shit, too.
Yeah.
And then you got to deal with all his friends and everybody tearing up the apartment. And now you can't even evict them. So, they had that going on.
But what I'm saying is, because they're single, female, have a bunch of kids, they get help with the rent. You know, now you don't have to pay rent anyway because they can't evict you anymore. But but
it's not everybody, but it's a lot.
My experience of being disabled was, the VA was real quick to get me on disability. So the disability started coming. My rent was, I think, $800 a month. And my disability was $1,100 a month. But to continue to take a disability, they wouldn't let me work more than 15 hours a week. So you couldn't, you can't make enough to pay your rent and pay your bills. So I just had to go full time, and then then they kept on sending me that $1,100 a month, and you just couldn't make ends meet. So I had to put a savings account, and man, that money was tempting for 2 years. They would not stop it for 2 years. They kept sending me that money, and and then one day, like 2.5 years later, they wanted it all back. So it just sucks getting out of the government. It really is hard, and they make it hard in purpose.
So you do not get Social Security disability.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Because you choose not to.
Well, because you can't work and get a regular job and keep disability.
You're right. I mean, you're right. I mean, that's the problem I have too. Is I'm saying I'm going to get a part-time job, but it can only be for 15, 16 hours a week max.
Right.
I think until I hit 65 or 66, whatever the retirement age is for me, then you can earn unlimited. Because under disability, if I read it correctly, when I turn 65 next year, my Social Security disability changes to just Social Security. I don't lose any money or anything, or any benefits I got, but it just I come off the disability section of it. So that's the way I read it.
Right.
And once I come, then I can earn as much money as I want. But hell, when you get to that age, you don't want to work 40, 50 hours a week. So
I think there should be like a priority list or check or something before, welfare, things like that. Because honestly, I get a little tick seeing people with nicer cars than me, down there getting free shit, rent paid for, going out partying, throwing out, they don't even return the recyclables, throwing out like $30 worth of bottles and cans from their party the night before. Yeah. Like, all this like wasteful shit. Their kids all got cell phones. They're not cheap phones. They're all nice phones. Everybody's wearing Nikes. Like, what the hell is this? Like, why are we giving you money? Like, you need to reduce your spending habits. Like, get rid of the newer car, sell it, get a regular car or whatever. Sell those rims, put some regular ones on. Sucks for you. Paying for 3 more cell phones for the kids? No, get a freaking job, cut some grass, shovel, make your own money. But yet, it's just come a custom of the kids got to have a phone so they can screw around all day in class instead of do what they're supposed to do. Like, as if people couldn't survive without it before. If you couldn't survive without a $120 pair of shoes. Like, I don't understand this. But these are the people I see down there all the time. Like, blows my mind. I got to pay support in the same building. And, like, I swear I'm the only dude in there bringing money in. I swear. And I look worse than half the people in there. So what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Like, well, no, I mean, it pisses me off, honestly, because I'm, and I paid to park out back. Well, they're double parked up front. Like that shit's no good, man. The jewelry, all that shit. We shouldn't, if you're standing there with wearing more money than what the guy behind the counter you're coming to get free shit from. No, you need to get your ass out of here, adjust your priorities, and come back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, even me. I mean, I like when I go shopping, i.e., if I go to Walmart, and I go shopping. I buy the Walmart brand shit because it's cheaper. On most stuff, not everything, but on that, I look at what I'm buying to make sure what you call it. But I see people go out there, get couple of $100 worth of groceries, all kinds of goodies, steaks galore, ice cream, what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. Pay with it with your EBT card, walk out and load it in a beautiful $65,000 pickup truck.
Priorities, Rick.
Where am I going wrong? I applied, believe it or not, I applied for food stamps or EBT, I think they call it nowadays, right? I applied for it here in Indiana, and they said I earned too much on Social Security disability. I said, you got to be shitting me. I said, what's the poverty line? She reeled off some figure. I said, well, I earn less than that. She goes, well, the cutoff for a single man or single person is, I can't remember what she said, something like $1,900 a month or something. And she goes, you earn more than that. Which I'm not, don't get me wrong. I earn more. I get more than a national average. I was looking at it yesterday, actually. The national average is what it says is for people on Social Security, it's $1,500 a month. And on disability, it's $1,200 a month. That's the national average. Some people get more, some get less. I'm fortunate that I get, I'm going to let it out there because you can look it up. I don't think it's secret information. I get just over $2,000 a month before they take out my benefit, my Medicare benefit, which is $148.50 or some shit. So figure it out. Then that's what I got left to live on. And it's not a lot when you work it over. Like this month is a 5-week month for me. You try to stretch that over 5 weeks. It's tough. But anyway, that's not what I'm saying. But they say I can't get any of that extra shit. What in the hell am I doing wrong? So there you go. I'm off my soapbox again.
What you're doing wrong? I'll tell you what you're doing wrong to what other people are doing. You're giving them the exact numbers. That's what you're doing wrong.
Oh, I should lie?
That's how I can. That's the only way I can figure out how people who have like 7 kids can be on Social Security, getting money for their kids, and be on EBT at the same time to be able to afford a $65,000 car. That's the only way I can figure that.
Yeah.
I could somewhat understand it in a sense. And I know that's probably going to piss you off or whatever, but let's just say, you live in a house, I assume, or probably a large apartment. Have your own bedroom, what people would consider typical, normal. You do have a vehicle. You go out to eat. You somehow have money to buy firearms when you get a little extra cash. You probably have Netflix, all that type of shit, possibly cable, internet, cell phone. So basically, you still have a shitload of luxuries. And technically, it would disrupt your life, but you could live cheaper.
Yes, I
But
could.
that's that whole priority thing. You know what I mean? And nobody wants to do that. They don't want to take less. They want substitute for where they're at.
Nobody
And
wants
I
less.
think
They
as
want
soon
more.
Right. But as soon as you got to bow down and ask somebody else to pay your bills, you should be willing to make that sacrifice yourself to do more first.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm doing,
you know.
and actually, I'm doing that. I've cut out.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm not trying to harp on you or not. I'm just saying
No, but
I
you're
think
right.
that's part of the problem. People
you're
got
absolutely-
nice cars. They're used to this. Kids are at practice there, this and that, and they don't want to reduce anything. They just want a substitute to fill in, and that's it's not how life works. I mean, you know what I mean, or it shouldn't be. It is until it isn't. So you know what I mean. And that's the whole priority thing is maybe you got to move to an efficiency in town and take the bus. You know what I mean? That gets you. I don't know how much more money a month, but it would work. You wouldn't like it, but it would work. There is options that people have. They just choose not to use them. Everybody's above doing less.
Yeah. Well, it's like anything in life. Once you've reached a certain level, it's hard to go backwards. I.e., for me, when I was working for the government, I was in a certain level of management. When I left government, I basically had to start as a worker, and it was damn hard. It took me about a year and a half to make that adjustment. People don't like going backwards. See, and you're and what you've got to do and what you're saying, and I totally agree with you, is you got to go backwards, not forward. We take cell phones, this internet here, for granted, but you're right. It's a luxury that really you don't need. They still print newspapers.
Honestly, Rick, you can get by with just a flip phone. They still make them.
Absolutely, you can. You can, and I have started doing some of the. Because of the way the economy's going lately, inflation getting out of control. I have started making some of these adjustments. I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I haven't, but I've started now. I've dropped a couple of streaming services that I don't watch. I'm in the process of getting rid of my satellite TV. But I still got it. I didn't think I had, but I still got about 6 months left on a contract that I signed.
Yeah.
So once that runs out, then the satellite TV bites the dust. Because I watch more, believe it or not, I'll keep the internet because I watch more. My main two entertainment, right, is I watch BritBox a lot, and I watch tons and tons of YouTube.
Yeah.
I subscribe to a lot of different, not only gun people. From homesteading to cattle ranches to all kind. I subscribe to all different kinds of shit.
I like watching a lot of car videos.
Yeah. So, a lot of times I'll be watching videos that I'll have at night in the evenings, and I'll look at the goddamn clock, and it's 10:30, and I haven't even switched the TV on yet. I'm still watching YouTube channels,
But I told you, Rick, there's a couple different services out there. Like if you don't need the Netflix and the Hulu and all that crap, you could go with just like a free TV service. When I don't like watching what's on normal TV, I just turn Pluto on. Have you heard of Pluto?
Yeah.
I mean, just throw that on any of your smart devices and just watch some of that. Yeah, they've got the newest channels. They've got half of them are the lefties, and the other half are right and kind of center. But again, at least those conservative channels aren't Fox.
Yeah. So I mean, absolutely. I mean, I watch. Yeah, I said I've got rid of a couple of those streaming. I mean, another one I just got rid of, believe it or not, is I've been paying for Prime, right?
Ooh.
2-day delivery. But problem is, when I was working and living in thinking I had more money, yes, I bought more stuff off of Amazon and eBay and all that shit. But I hardly buy anything anymore. So why in the hell am I paying?
Prime did give you access to content on their platform too.
Yes, yeah, Amazon Prime, and I hardly ever watch it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So why? I'm not going to miss it because I'm not really watching it.
Right, and honestly, if you've got the internet, you really don't need to have satellite TV.
And I haven't been watching. I don't watch Netflix, believe it or not. No, I mean, because I don't think you're allowed to do it, but there's somebody else on my account, right? Mm-hmm. That I let use when she used to be my neighbor upstairs when I lived in the apartment in Rhode Island, right? I let her sign into my Netflix account.
Change your password now.
Right? Now, she's still on there. She doesn't even live in Rhode Island now. She lives down in Florida and still using my account.
That's when, Rick, you start to change the password, and
I know.
And you move on with your life. That's what you do.
It's always been my dream that one day I'm going to hook up with her.
Well, Rick, good luck with that. Not unless you move down to Florida.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of going for a visit. But I mean, what I'm saying, I need to get rid. I'll need to text her or whatever. I got to, and tell her that I'm going to get. I'm getting rid of it. I mean, that's what I got to do because I don't need it. I hardly ever watch it. So, that's what I'm saying. I'm spending. That's average is what, about $13 a month or whatever for that, for something I'm not even using. Plus it's gone. I mean, Netflix has gone so far left.
It's not funny. I don't watch Netflix hardly at all.
Yeah. So I mean, they got the Obamas on there. They got the goddamn stupid ass those two royals on there. That it's sickening. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, we broke away from the royal family in the 1700s. Why is it entertaining to watch them now? Because quite honestly, I was done with them when the United States broke away.
But the average, a big percentage of America, the American people, are fascinated with the royal family.
I'm not.
Why? I don't know, but they are. I mean, I'm a believer in the royal family because I lived in England for so long, and I'm half English, right?
Well, that's your problem.
I understand the royal family, but there's certain. I mean, like those two assholes that we have over here now, living here. But where I'm going was Netflix has paid them millions to do some sort of programming on Netflix now, like they've paid the Obamas millions to do something too. So. Jason Stewart said, I'll give you the Netflix money each month just to cancel it. Oh, I plan on canceling it. I do. I'm going to cancel that one. I've got to cancel. I mean, my 6 months is up on my Discovery Plus because I got 6 months free from Verizon. Now they sent me notice I got to start paying for it as of I think this month. So I got to get rid of that one. And I have Disney Plus, but I only kept that for what you call it, the Mandalorian. But now they fired what's her name. I don't know if I want to watch it anymore.
Yeah, well,
so I'll get rid of that one. I think. So
I thought they brought her back.
I don't know. Did they? I don't know.
Yeah, I think,
Gina Carano, right?
Actually, I think she's actually getting her own show.
Yeah, she can beat me up anytime. All right. Oh, look, Patriot in the Dark's in the chat. We got AR Guns in the chat. I see them all talking away there, but I haven't had a chance to say anything to them. So, just want to let Jason Stewart's even in the chat. They're normally panel. I mean, Patriot in the Dark and Jason are normally on the panel. Why they're not, I don't understand. But there we go. So, goddamn, it's 4:00 already. Doesn't time fly when I'm having fun? Just talking about crap in general.
Yep. Well, you said to go nuts, so we went nuts.
Yes, we did. I don't know, but as I said, back to the original thing is it seems the country's gone crazy. In my world, as I said at the beginning, in my little world where I'm living right now in southern Indiana, not much has changed. The only thing that's changed for me is if I want to see my doctor, I got to put the mask on. Right? And, I mean, and the only reason I see him is because of the medication I'm on. Now, could I find alternatives for that medication? Now, the diabetes, I might be able to get myself off of the insulin by dieting, I'm talking about losing a hell of a lot more weight than my weight stays stagnant now for 2 months. And that's my fault, But, but I'm going back to the prepping thing, or the world goes to disaster or whatever, or trying to, you got to go with natural remedies. People say, how the hell do you back up medication when they only give you a script for so many tablets at a time? How are you meant to do it?
Say you're going on vacation and request a larger dose.
Oh, so we're back into the lion mode again.
That's what you got to do, yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I know there's a lot of natural
medication can also get damaged.
But
it can't happen too often.
So so I don't know. I need to. But see, I just got notified on my Medicare. I have Medicare. I got mine is United Healthcare. What the hell is it called? United Healthcare Complete or something like that.
Don't you have Part D as well?
I pay $148.50 for Medicare. Right? Then I have this United Healthcare Complete, which when I go to the doctors, I just hand that card over. I don't hand over my Medicare card. I only use the one card. And all my medication through United Healthcare is free, long as I do mail order, 90 days at a time. My medication's free. it's all it's all generic brands, you know. But now, like, say for argument's sake, I get sick, and the doctor said, "Here, you need to take antibiotics for 10 days," and he gives me a script. I go to the pharmacy and pick those up. Then yeah, it costs me $4, you know. But otherwise, if it becomes a permanent medication, it's free.
Oh, Rick, $4. That's awful compared to what some other people pay, like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. Now, I take 7 medications. I take 6 daily and 1 weekly. All right. So, dollar wise, I mean, that would be, you know, because they're all generic brands. So, which makes them, that's why they're only $4. If I go to the,
It's only like
pharmacy,
28, maybe $30 with tax.
yeah, but it all adds up, you know. But okay, so where I'm going at, so I paid $148.50 for Medicare, and then for this United Healthcare, it's another $18 a month. Where I was going with this, I just been notified that my new plan changes have come up, and to review them. If I want to stay on this plan, I don't have to do anything. It automatically carries over. And I was reading it, and nothing's changed from what I can see. It's still the same. So, you know, I get $1,000 at the dentist every year. I get $250 for eye exam and glasses or contacts, either one. Up to $250, you know, every year. Get my medication. So I ain't doing bad, really. Why I moan and groan how bad my life is, it's not really that bad. It's just that I just have nothing to. I have. If somebody says, "Oh, let's go down to Dave's gun shop," yeah, we can go down there, but I have no money in my pocket extra to buy anything. I have to plan it, you know. Like when next month I'm budget, I'm hoping they got some primers, and I've already worked out my budget, what I need to pay bills, and I've set aside X amount of dollars to buy some primers. You know, that's how I have to do it. I just can't say let's go, and I got the money and I can flop it down just like that. That's what's pissing me off. Be honest with you guys. You know, yes, I have a route. I cover all my, you know, I cover all my what's the word, utilities, my rent and everything. All that's covered. You know, I'll be honest, I didn't fill my gas tank up on my truck this month. And I'm paying for that. I mean, my truck's nearly on empty right now because normally I fill it up and I go through roughly half a tank a month. But I always kept it full up to the brim. So I let it ride this month. Now I'm on fumes, and I still got a week to go. So, you know.
Well, maybe you should start saving gas.
Yeah, so I've budgeted to fill up the tank this payday when I get paid. The only reason, and how I'm doing that is because I said I've cut out, you know, the couple of streaming services. I've started on that, and that kind of thing is what I'm doing. And I've looked at my food budget, and I'm cutting some stuff out on there that I really don't need. I need to lose weight anyway. This will help me lose the weight faster by cutting that out. So, like for years, I didn't drink soda. Right? Since I moved to Indiana, I started drinking soda, and I drink a lot of it because I don't drink anything else. I drink coffee and tea and that kind of thing, but I'm talking about I don't drink booze. You know what I'm saying? But I drink a lot of soda.
Start getting bottled water.
That's what I used to drink all the time was bottled water. But I drank a soda. I mean, I could see this happen to me if I started drinking again. I had a soda, and I was, oh goddamn, I like that. Then a couple of days later, I bought another one. The next day, I'm buying a 6-pack. You know what I'm saying? Now I buy, sort of like a 24 or 30 cans, or not cans, but bottles of soda every payday. You know what I'm saying? And they don't last. It doesn't last me a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'll drink 2 or 3 sodas in a day. So that's what I'm saying. That kind of stuff. I got to get rid of that kind of stuff. So I know what I'm doing. Well, I think I know I don't really know what I'm doing. You know, but I'm trying. Anyway, take care, Jason, because I'm about. Oh, my quiz. Now, guys, I thought this one was easy. And what I wanted to know was the name of the person or the company that made rifles for the Continental Army, and eventually in 1792, he got a contract to supply rifles. And the name is Dickard. Or Deckard. You can pronounce it either way. I mean, it was actually the Dickert rifle. He started making them in 1740. It didn't get the name Kentucky rifle until around 1820. But he was given in 1792. Guy name was Jacob Dickard. Or, you know, and that was the name of his company, Dickard Arms. And it was what I was looking for. And his relatives to this day live in Indiana, believe it or not. But that was what I was looking for. And would you believe I had 2 entries. One was wrong. So the one that's right wins, of course. And that is Jason S. is the winner.
Jason Stewart?
No.
Jason S.
Yeah, Jason S. That's how he shows up on here.
Okay.
Is Jason S. He's not in here today, I don't think. I ain't seen him. Unless he's just sitting in the background not saying anything. But that's it. Now, that was for a swag pack and stuff. And Gun Loving Grandpa was thrown in one of those 6-inch steel targets to shoot at. So I will let him know to send you his mailing address there, Buck. And that was it. Well, this week is another swag pack. I think there's 3 patches in there, some stickers. But this one's real easy. I thought I'll make this so simple that I might get more entries. And if I don't get more entries, I think I'm just going to stop doing this because nobody seems interested in it. But my question is recently, what firearm sold for $6 million? Email me at rickslifeasIseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. And that quiz will be drawn on the 9th of October. So that's it. That's the question. What firearm recently just sold for $6 million? Highest price ever paid for a firearm. So there you go. I think it's crazy, but it went for that much. Gun Loving Grandpa said you're throwing another target along with that. So there you go. Such an easy question, and you get a great prize.
All right, I'm gonna send you an email.
Okay, so there you go. All right. I'm going to wind this up, guy, because all I'm doing is rambling and getting myself deeper and deeper in shit here. You know? So, all right. Anyway, William Well Armed, you got anything to say? Any plugs or shout outs or anything else on your mind?
No, not really. But I'm doing a thing where I did a video this morning, 2 patches, a magnet, and 3 or 4 stickers for $10, including postage. So maybe look at that on as a new video on my channel for that.
I saw it. I saw you. I haven't watched the video, but I saw that you uploaded it.
Did you see?
And they look. So that's your new stickers and patches you're telling us about.
Yeah, and the new patches is at the end of the video, so you can take a look. Same color scheme.
When I get off here and I go sit down, I will look at that. I will watch it.
And I'll send you more of the new patches will be in 4 weeks. So I'll send you 20 of each. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Appreciate that. So there you go. Night Strike, you got any plugs or shout outs or anything?
Nope.
What's happening to GunTube?
We're working on stuff. So, stuff isn't working as I want it to, and I'm having to redo things. That's why the live streaming has been iffy lately.
All right. Okay.
So I've been working on it. It's a pain in the ass.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's about it. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat for stopping by, listening to us ramble, and me giving you more of my personal life. So I always give out too much information, but hell with it. I got nothing to hide. So, all right. I will see you all on Wednesday. And, oh yeah, I do apologize for not being here this past Wednesday, but I had some personal shit I had to take care of. Put it honestly. So that's why I wasn't here. And I wasn't sure I was going to be back in time. And actually, I got back at 6:45. So I decided. So maybe I could have done it, but I would have been rushed, and I didn't want to do that. So anyway, that's that. But I'll be back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Shooting with Disabilities. If anybody's got any topics for that subject or whatever, send me an email, and I'll use it. Or you got a question, throw it out there, and I'll throw it out there and see what answers we can get for you. So, and if you got a topic for this Saturday show, email me on that too. I'm open to suggestions. I don't always want to tell you what a great guy I am. I'm willing to tell somebody else who somebody else is great. Anyway, I'm just making myself look even more of an idiot, so I'm getting out of here. So I want to say